What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to be checking out some awesome battles that climbed me to expert rank 2770 with a Leaf Storm Roserade. Yeah, that is right. This thing is awesome. It hits like an absolute truck. You guys will see some booms today. We're also running it with Registeel and Jellicent there on the safe swap. Also want to give a huge congratulations to the patron community who did really well with this team. Thank you all for the support, and I'm so happy this team worked out for you guys. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, let me know down in the comments. Be sure to smash that like button, and let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, getting into these first battles here. We have Roserade on the lead versus Altaria. This is a terrible matchup. We're going to swap out right away into Jellicent. And what I noticed with Altaria leads is they didn't have the best answer to Jellicent here. And I like running Bubble Beam. You guys can run Ice Beam as well, but I like running Bubble Beam for the Sableyes that do swap in, because they're kind of forced to shield. We can get an attack debuff right there and a shield bait and save a bunch of energy. Now we also get to another Shadow Ball right here before they decide to throw a foul play, which is perfect for us because we can get to a 2-0 shield situation here. But I am actually going to look to go for swap. I can safely double shield and land a Shadow Ball in order to switch this matchup because I was able to get a shield bait with the Bubble Beam. So we're going to go ahead, get another Hex in, shield this next foul play, and then just go for Shadow Ball, and that should be able to flip this matchup around. That way we can align Registeel to Altaria and Roserade to whatever they have in the back, which is probably going to be an answer to a Charmer. So it's probably going to be a Bastiodon or a Registeel. So we do land the Shadow Ball right there and take out the Sableye. We are going to see that Registeel does decide to come in. Now I'm going to try to get to Shadow Ball right here to see if I can get it. No, I can't get it in time. Flash Cannon is going to be taking us out right here, which is perfectly fine. We can easily bring in the Roserade, and we have Weather Ball here to do super effective damage, which is really nice. So we're going to go ahead and throw that right away. This does quite a bit. Now hopefully we can get to another one in time before they do get to a Flash Cannon, because Flash Cannons really hurt. So we're going to have to see if we can get to it. No, we can't. Here comes a Flash Cannon, and this was like the first battle with using the Roserade here, so I'm not sure how much it does. That does a lot, and they swap straight into Altaria. Well played to them right there, but we have our own Registeel. Now this is going to come down to the wire. As you guys can see, Altaria actually does pretty well here against a Registeel. Even though Dragon Breath and Sky Attack is resisted, it really starts to add up, and we need to come out of this matchup with some loaded energy so we can win the race to the charge move against our opponent's Registeel. So they're going to be throwing the Sky Attack right here. Does a decent amount of chip resisted damage. They're throwing another one. Like I said, as you guys can see, this Altaria is chipping us down. Altaria can beat a Registeel if it has shields because of the Dragon Breath damage. So we're going to over farm right here to make sure we're ahead on energy versus our opponent, because those lock-ons will not do enough damage to take us out. So this final Flash Cannon will be taking out the Altaria, and then we are going to see the Registeel come in. It is going to be a race to get to that Focus Blast. Can we get to it in time? Yes, we can. We get to it right at the last second right here. This is going to be doing super effective damage and taking out the Registeel. Boom. Takes it out. Good game to my opponent right there. We have Roserade on the lead versus Jellicent. This is going to be deadly, everyone. Leaf Storm has to be respected, even for neutral damage. In this case, it's going to be super effective. So what we're going to do is we're just going to throw it right away. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I want to get shields out of the way right here or one-shot it. And we, boom, take out the Jellicent. They had to respect the Leaf Storm. Maybe they were unaware, but still. Now we see an Alolan Ninetales come in, which is fine. We have the Fire Weather Ball right here, so we're going to go ahead and throw that. And then we're actually going to look to swap to Jellicent. I want to clear the debuff, just in case they have another water in the back. That way Roserade can do well. But they do have a superior here, a shiny one at that, with the Community Day move most likely of Frenzy Plant. So we're just going to go ahead and go for Shadow Balls. I got to get shields out of the way. Registeel is my win condition now, as you guys can tell. So we're just trying to chunk this superior all that we can. We're going to go for Bubble Beam right here. If they're counting correctly, they're not going to shield. Yeah, they decide not to shield, which is fine. We just want to get that attack drop right here. And then they do decide to throw their Frenzy Plant, and this is going to be taking us out. Now, Roserade right here with the Weather Ball can do super effective damage, right, because of that grass typing. And we also have 2-to-1 shield advantage, which is perfectly fine, even though they overcharged on some energy. So we're going to go ahead and shield this Aerial Ace that does come through. And then we're going to look to throw a Weather Ball right away to chunk the health here on the Serperior. And then we're actually going to look to swap, if they decide not to shield, into Registeel. So they don't shield, we're going to swap straight into Registeel, and we actually catch the charge move right here. This is probably going to be an aerial ace, and we do catch it, which is resisted, which is great, and that's going to be a good game. There's nothing they can do. Registeel in the back is very, very deadly, so good game to my opponent. Moving into this next battle, we have Roserade on the lead versus Defense Form Deoxys. Alright, so this is a tough one right here. You have to watch out for Psycho Boost. Psycho Boost is the deadly thing to look out for, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and throw a Leaf Storm right away. They didn't throw the Psycho Boost, so I'm guessing they're building up to 2, so what we're going to do is throw this Leaf Storm, they shield it, and we're going to swap straight into Jellicent and start getting ahead on energy. Now they bring in a Charm, Alolan, Ninetales right here, so what we're going to do is go straight for Shadow Ball. I need to chunk the health here or look to get that final shield. Roserade with energy advantage and shield advantage can really do a lot of damage in neutral matchups like Defense Form Deoxys and Charmers. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this charge move go through. I think I can survive the Psyshock, and I can definitely survive the Weather Ball. So it is going to be the Psyshock, and we do get to another Shadow Ball in time. So this is huge for us. This is either going to flip this matchup or it's going to get the final shield, and we do flip the matchup, which is great. That means we can come back in with Roserade versus Defense Form Deoxys with now 2-to-1 shield advantage. We'll have to see what their final Pokemon is going to be. It's going to be Wigglytuff, so they're running Double Charm, which is perfect. Registeel loves Double Charm teams, especially when hidden in the back. So we're going to go ahead and just go for Flash Cannon right away. Even if they sack swap into Defense Form Deoxys, I'd hit it for neutral damage, so that's okay if they try to catch it. But we want to throw this directly on the Wigglytuff. We land it, so we're going to swap right away into the Roserade, expecting them to swap, and they do. And I'm going to go ahead and go for double shields here. Like we saw earlier, they were loading up on energy, but they threw a Thunderbolt first, which definitely means they have Psycho Boost. So what I need to do here is go for Weather Balls. I can't go for a Leaf Storm because my attack will be lowered, so what I need to do is go straight Weather Balls, and we don't get any shields, so I'm not going to throw another Leaf Storm right here. I have to keep going for Weather Balls to do chip damage. This thing has to go down because Defense Form Deoxys is likely going to be able to get to 2 Psycho Boosts in order to take me out. So we're going to go ahead and shield this next charge move. This is likely going to be a Psycho Boost, which will one-shot us, so we go ahead and shield that, and we have enough energy for Weather Ball, so we're going to go ahead and throw that, and it looks like we CMP tied, which means they're going back-to-back Psycho Boost. So this hopefully is enough damage. Ooh, barely not enough. So Psycho Boost is going to be coming through, but this is good game. As you guys can see, Defense Form Deoxys is one fast move away from going down, and Wigglytuff already got hit with a Flash Cannon, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. They're deciding to stay in, which is fine, all the power to them, and they decide to also throw a charge move. I'm like, oh, come on, man. But good game to my opponent right there. Again, just showcasing that Roserade with energy is very, very deadly, everyone. We didn't land a Leaf Storm right there against that Defense Form Deoxys, but we will land more, do not worry. So Registeel takes out the Wigglytuff, and that will be a good game, very well played. Alright, moving into this next one, we have Roserade on the lead versus Politoed. Very good lead matchup for us, and we're just going to go ahead and just load up on energy and see what they decide to do. So they decide to throw a Weather Ball right away. This was only 4 mud shots, right? It's not going to be a blizzard or anything. So we're going to go ahead and let that go. They swap into Hypno, and we're going to go ahead and throw the Leaf Storm. Now that Hypno's double confusion right there absolutely chunked the Roserade because of our poison typing. So we get a shield, and we're going to go ahead and go into Jellicent now. So this is definitely not over. Hypno with confusion and Thunder Punch can really do some damage here to Jellicent. So we're going to go ahead and shield. Now these Thunder Punches, what we're hoping to do is just basically go for the Shadow Ball, and they decide to let it go, and we'll have to see what's in the back. But that's what we're going to do here. We're going to go for double Shadow Ball, no shield baits right here, and we do get the final shield, which is good, which means a Roserade Leaf Storm or a Focus Blast from Registeel can handle that Politoed pretty much. So we're going to go ahead and go for Switch now. We're going to shield this next Thunder Punch, and then go for the Shadow Ball right here. Now I could have gone into Registeel there versus the Hypno and gone for Flash Cannons, resisted confusion and whatnot, but I just really wanted to maintain that switch, and we'll have to see what they decide to do. They're going to come back in with the Politoed right here, and we're going to try to get to that Shadow Ball in time. We don't get it. They do decide to throw the energy, and this will be taking out the Jellicent. Even though it is going to be resisted, it's going to be enough chip damage here to take us out. Now we're going to come back in with that Roserade, and we are going to see them swap into a Shadow Fortress. Guys, this is a bug steel typing. Here comes a Weather Ball. A Weather Ball! Boom! That nearly one-shots the Fortress right there. My goodness, that's a lot of damage. Now, this game is not over. Remember, Politoed can spam charge moves. So what I'm looking to do is do as much chip damage with Weather Ball that I can right here, and then I'm going to look to swap into Registeel, but they also decided to throw the Weather Ball, which is fine. Now, things aren't looking too good, you guys may be thinking, because Registeel coming into Politoed has Earthquake, but Earthquake, we'll have to see how much damage it does. We're going to be just fine, everyone. If you have a full health Registeel, a Politoed landing 1 Earthquake is... not going to do enough damage right there. And we will be able to get to the Focus Blast in time, and that is going to be taking out the Politoed. It's a good game to my opponent right there. But yeah, Roserade's Weather Ball there on the Fortress was deadly. Roserade on the lead versus Pelliper. Alright, a tough lead matchup right here, but we again want to get that shield advantage or one-shot this Pelliper, and they won't be able to really... I mean, Weather Ball will kind of threaten, even though it is resisted, it's still going to do quite a bit, but we want to throw this Weather Ball, or this Leaf Storm here, get the shield, and swap straight into Jellicent and start getting ahead on energy. Now, we do see an Abomasnow come in, a Shadow Abomasnow at that, which I haven't seen here for the Remix Cup. Maybe this is a team that they meant to go into Open Great League with, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and go for Shadow Ball here. And we will maintain the switch advantage now. So I'm going to go ahead and shield this next charge move. I don't want to get hit with an energy ball. And I can easily go for a bubble here before they get to a energy ball here, because I do not want to have to double shield. I want to maintain this Jellicent and I want to maintain a shield. So I'll just throw the bubble beam here and take out the Abomasnow. We'll have to see what decides to come in. My switch clock is coming back up, and it is going to be a Frostlass. So Jellicent is kind of looking like a good win condition for me. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this Shadow Ball right here, and then I'm actually going to sack into the Roserade. Because Roserade really is not going to do anything left in this game, so I might as well sack it and try to get a Weather Ball off in order to force them to use their energy right here, which is fine. So we're going to go ahead and let that go. Now we can bring in the Registeel, because I can bring in Jellicent to Pelliper, right? And I can have Registeel load up on energy and take a Shadow Ball very, very easily here. So we're going to go ahead and just build up, and we will see them go for a Shadow Ball. We're going to go ahead and let this go. Our win condition is with that Jellicent. So Shadow Ball is not going to do enough. It does do a lot of neutral damage right here, and we're just going to go ahead and go for that Flash Cannon to take out the Frostlass or get the final shield. We'll have to see how they decide to play it. So Flash Cannon does come through, lands against the Frostlass. Oh, actually, all shields are gone, my bad. And then Pelliper has to throw its energy right here. So these are going to be Weather Balls for neutral damage, and it's not going to be enough to KO. So I'm going to go ahead and swap into Jellicent here, and all I need to do is get to a Shadow Ball. They don't have enough energy to throw a Hurricane and a Weather Ball, so I'm just going to shield the first one, because that is their win condition, is landing a Hurricane, and then I can just go for the Shadow Ball right here, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played to my opponent. So yeah, able to take out the Pelliper right there, and that is going to be a good game. So Roserade, even if you kind of lose the lead like we saw right there, you can 100% get yourself shield advantage with that Leaf Storm. So we have Roserade versus Medicham now on the lead. This thing cannot tank a Leaf Storm, everyone. Medicham takes a lot of damage from Leaf Storm, so we're going to go ahead and just go for Weather Ball right here as a shield bait. Because as I was playing, I'm guessing people are going to shield, but they didn't. I should have just gone straight for the Leaf Storm. So I decided to swap into Jellicent to catch this charge move, which is probably going to be a Power Up Punch or Ice Punch. It was Power Up Punch, which is great. They're going to go ahead and stay in and start loading up on some more energy, which is fine by me. And we do see a Wigglytuff come in. So this is going to be kind of tough here, and this is where Ice Beam helps out. I saw Bubble Beam help out versus like Sableye that come into you, right? So you can force that, force those shields, but then against Charmers, you really want to have the Ice Beam to pressure those shields and chunk the health, because right now this Wigglytuff is just basically going to farm me down, and I'm just going to keep Bubble Beaming to lower the attack and keep chipping away health for neutral damage, because Shadow Ball would be resisted. So we're just going to keep throwing these Bubble Beams right here. Switch Clock is coming back up, and I'm actually going to go ahead and save my Jellicent, and I'm going to swap into Registeel. Start getting ahead on energy, and they do decide to now swap out into... Actually, no, we get to the Flash Cannon in time. This is going to take out Wigglytuff or get a shield. Let's see what they decide to do. They decide to shield, which is fine, and now they swap back into Medicham, which is okay. Medicham at this range is going to get one shot by a Flash Cannon, and since this thing had Power Up Punch, it probably has Psychic or Ice Punch, which means it's just going to keep going for Power Up Punch, which also means we can get to another Flash Cannon in time, which is going to give ourselves massive shield advantage or switch advantage back. So we're going to go ahead and get to that Flash Cannon right here, put a huge amount of pressure on this Medicham to want to shield And if it does, we are looking pretty good, but it's definitely going to come down to the wire. So we do get the final shield right there. We can safely come in with the Jellicent right now and look to go. I'm actually going to try to go for a Bubble Beam right away. I'm hoping this does enough neutral damage that it can take it out, but I don't think it will. Yeah, barely not enough. And they do decide to swap out into Wigglytuff, so I swap into my Roserade and get into a Weather Ball right here to do some chip damage. I'm hoping this does enough neutral damage just to eliminate it right away because I still have shields that I want to save. But they do get to the charge move and it wasn't enough damage. So I'm going to have to shield this right here. This game's not over. It's still very, very close, and we will see them now come in with I'm guessing it's going to be another Charmer, and it is going to be it's going to be a Clefable here. So we got to go for the Leaf Storm. As you guys can see, I don't have enough time to get to Weather Ball and Leaf Storm, so I got to throw the Boom right here. Let's see what happens. Boom! That almost one-shots the Clefable, able to farm down. Now it's Jellicent versus Medicham, 1 HP and a Dream. I have to shield this charge move right here. I have Bubble Beam ready to go. This comes down to the wire. Both of us have exactly 1 health point each, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent. An extremely close one. But what I learned from that is just throw the Leaf Storm right at the beginning, get that shield, or just absolutely chunk. Moving into this next battle here, we have Roserade versus Mandibuzz. This is an extremely tough Pokemon to deal with. So what we're going to do here is just load up on some energy. We're going to go ahead and go for Weather Ball. And what I'm hoping to do is actually catch an Aerial Ace on the Jellicent instead of Foul Play. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this Weather Ball. I'm going to do one more and then look to swap and catch the Aerial Ace, but they didn't. They actually swap into Cresselia, which is very, very interesting because I can win this matchup, which I'm like, all right, I will align Registeel to Mandibuzz all day, every day. So we're just going to go ahead and go for Shadow Balls. We land it, which is beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and I think I shield this first one. No, I let this first one go. All right, so it's going to be Grass now. It does super effective, but it doesn't one-shot, which is good. Now I have to build up to Shadow Ball right here, and they are going to be able to get to a charge move, so I will shield this one. Now, I don't think I can also farm down, but this is what's great here about Jellicent is managing the energy well. We can throw back-to-back Bubble Beams right here. They probably want to go for a switch because they want to line Mandibuzz to Roserade, so we'll likely be getting shields, and we go for double Bubble Beam right here to get both shields or take out the Cresselia, and they do go down, which is great. We are able to win switch right there. They bring back in the Mandibuzz, so we're going to go ahead and go for Bubble Beam, but they do decide to throw the charge move, and that's fine. Now, Mandibuzz does really well against Registeel in neutral matchups, but it has a lot of health gone, which means we can easily bring it in. Now, I'm really curious what they have in the back, considering they brought in a Cresselia to my Jellicent. So that was an interesting play. They have Defense Form Deoxys. That makes a lot of sense. So what we're going to do here is we're going to build up to 2 Weather Balls, and we're going to have to shield this charge move. I cannot get one shot with a Psycho Boost right here, so I'm going to go ahead and shield, and it's just going to be a Rock Slide. So they're probably running Rock Slide Thunderbolt, and my only win condition now is to get a Shield Bait here with Weather Ball. And this is going to do quite a bit of damage, but we do get a shield, and now we can go for the Leaf Storm. And this is why I said, don't worry, we will see a Leaf Storm land against Defense Form Deoxys. How much damage is this going to do? That's a lot of damage right there, so we're able to get it extremely low. Now we will be taking a charge move right here, which is fine. Hopefully we can survive. It's going to be another Rock Slide. No, we can't. But we can come in with Registeel and farm down with Lock On before they get to a Thunderbolt right here. And then it's going to be Mandibuzz versus Registeel, and we can go for Flash Cannon here for neutral damage. So again, Jellicent on Safe Swap really helping out right there, considering they had double Psychic in the back, so their only play was to either probably stay in with Mandibuzz, but then my Roserade does really well against them, right? So we're going to go ahead and just go for another Flash Cannon. This is still coming down to the wire, but we are able to get to it in time, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played to my opponent right there. And that was the final battle of today's video. Able to do really, really well with this team in a couple sets and climb up to 2770 right here. So we are going to see the rewards, which I've honestly been liking. Getting stuff like Medicham for guaranteed XL candy is really nice, and I like to use those silver pineapples to make sure I get extra candy as well, because any extra bits really help out. So we're able to get that Medicham right there, which is great, and then we'll see the level up from Veteran to... expert, so we do climb up to expert, and that is going to be good games to my opponents. Really happy with the performance of this team. I think Roserade and Ludicolo are very, very strong with Leaf Storm. They have to be respected now, and there's a lot of different teams that you guys can run them with. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought about this team and these battles. Were you guys surprised how much damage Leaf Storm can do, and have you guys tried it yet? So like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.